And for more on the problems facing Nigeria, I'm joined now by Ayo Johnson. He's the director of the media group Viewpoint Africa. Ayo, no doubt about it, this is a president who's under immense pressure at the moment, isn't he?
He is on a lot of pressure on all sides, locally, domestically. He's got Boko Haram to deal with. He's also got the strike that's pending and looming in a few hours' time or a few days' time. And clearly he's under excessive pressure. How does he address Boko Haram? Firstly, clearly they have the ability to be able to strike anywhere in Nigeria when they feel like.
Why?
Well, that's the question. 2009, prior to that, they were a peaceful organization. 2009, they changed their attitude, became very draconian. This went against the government, trying to attack all forms of elements relating to the government, and they've become that much more tougher in their stance, showing multiple attacks as they're capable of doing, and they've just become that much more of a tyranny attack against the government, and the government sees it as a thorn in their side, and they're desperate to remove them. But you can't remove an enemy you can't see, an enemy that's got no postal address, and it's very difficult to contain them.
What about the economy here of the country? We're talking about this strike that is planned for Monday and Tuesday. There was a strike back in 2003. That completely paralysed the country. Is this sort of a strike, particular strike, will that do exactly the same if it goes ahead? And do you think the unions will force it to go ahead, even though they've been told they cannot do it? Well,
the unions are going to go, irrespective of what any form of legislation that's applied or any form of message that's come from a court anywhere on the land of Nigeria. Clearly, they want to send a very strong message to the government to say that these subsidies are going to hurt each and every one of the Nigerians in that country. And very much so, 60% of Nigerians live below the poverty line. Why not raise the money elsewhere? Clearly, senators in Nigeria, for example, earn in excess of $1 million a year. Why not raise the money that way? Why not address the issue around corruption, good governance, and above all, why don't you improve the capacity of the refineries to be able to refine Nigeria's own oil, which is unable to do so currently?
Well, and this is part of the problem, isn't it? Oil is that those 60% of Nigerians who live below the poverty line, they see the wealth that comes from the oil, but they see it going nowhere near them. It goes to an oil elite, if you like, in Nigeria.
Absolutely. It's trickle down never really truly happened. Nigerians have nearly benefited from the oil. The only way they've been able to appreciate the oil is with these subsidies. That's the only way poor people have been able to appreciate it. And besides, everything in Nigeria is tagged to the oil. When the subsidies are removed, the price of fuel goes up. It affects goods and services. People can't afford local goods that they are familiar with, and it affects people's lifestyle altogether. So the government has got to do something. It's got to start listening, and it would appear that these series of demonstrations would apply the relevant pressure on the government to change its mind.
Okay, we wait to see the response of the unions to President Goodluck Jonathan's address, but for the moment, Ayo Johnson, thanks very much indeed.
It has been an unprecedented year of dissent. We have witnessed some of the largest demonstrations across the Middle East. While some dictators have been toppled, the Arab monarchies have remained in power. This has largely been due to the support from Western powers. But why has the West backed these Arab kingdoms?
Monarchies across the Middle East are facing their greatest challenge from their once loyal subjects. In this week's In Focus,